No sound. Good morning. Lisa, you know, I'm in a different area in the store, so all my things are completely different. 2 minutes no sound. That's just me running my mouth, girl. That's just me running my mouth. We're gonna make this beautiful waterfall chest of drawers amazing. This is going to be our last installment of the July back to school series on Coffee and Create, and I saved the best for last. I saved Clemson. This is our tribute to Clemson, you Tigers. So I have my sunset, I have my cloud, and I have my violet shadow. I don't think Laura at Rethunk Junk Paint by Laura recognized that she would be doing school colors when she did this combo, but I did. And to top it off, we're going to use this absolutely gorgeous Elysium Transfer Set by Iron Orchid Designs. This will make this chest of drawers perfect for a lady tiger. And we're going to do a live today and tomorrow. Today is going to be our Coffee and Create. Tomorrow, we're going to add the transfers to the pieces that we have coffee and created. Now I'm going to grab a couple of brushes. I already prepped this. I got my stuff together yesterday afternoon. I sure did. But I'm going to keep my water bottle handy. Good morning, Chris. I've got my handy Wooster. Let's lay down a base of sunset on this cabinet. Always shake really well. If you're using any of the accessorial products like Tough Top, Flat Top, any of the washes, make sure you shake, then take a brush and stir. Break up any of the pigment that may have clumped, and then cap it and shake it again. And when you think you've got it shaken enough, do me a favor and shake it one more time. And I don't mean one more time like that. I mean one more time like shake it like Tom Cruise. Just keep shaking it up because you've got to get it mixed up. This is a water-based paint product. Water separates from whatever it's combined with. Mixed up, it makes an amazing product. But if you let your product sit too long, it has a tendency to settle, and you need to unsettle it. Stir it, shake it, and then go to town. So let's get some sunset on here. Let me make sure I've got my water. That's prep. It would be lovely if I had enough sense in my life to mark these bottles. Someone suggested it last week. This is water. This is water. So let's go. A little bit of water on my brush. Have you used sunset on any projects? If you are a Tennessee Volunteer or a Clemson Tiger, this is your color right here, y'all. You're going to go back to school and you need something fabulous, this is your color right here. One of the things I have found with this color is that it seems so sheer going on. It really does. You can see that? Alright, there we go. I'm going to put this one down. It's not doing what I like, so I'm going to grab a different one. Always have more than one paintbrush handy. I love these. I love my Woosters. But that one's a little crunchy. There we go. All the way to the bottom. I'm going to do the inset panel in sunset. I'm going to do the outset panel in cloud. So we're going to do all of our orange first thing. It does seem a little sheer going on. It's orange. It's almost on the color wheel a non-color. When you start using it, it's not red, it's not yellow. It's that in between, and it does take a little more effort to make sure you've got good coverage. That doesn't mean that you need to cover it in one coat. That just means you've got to be more patient. And if you can be more patient, you will get an amazing finish. I'm going to be more patient and I'm going to leave that alone. Let's leave it alone. I'm not settled exactly on this top. I haven't quite figured that part out in my head yet. I love the curvature of a waterfall piece of furniture. I love how this comes down and cascades over the front. But I haven't decided how that plays into my life with this piece of furniture. So I'm going to leave it be for right this minute. I'm going to start at the lower drawer because it's already open. Now I took all the hardware off, and when you do that, you risk not being able to open the drawers. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to close the drawers with wet paint on them. They'll stick. They will stick. Good morning, Tay. Go Tigers. That's right. Go Volunteers. Too, Lisa. Go Volunteers. That's right. Because we love each other. When you're doing your drawers, get your paint on there. Decide. You've got a lip edge right here. You've got your dovetailed edges on the sides. And I'm really funny about that bottom edge because it's a finished edge too. You can take the drawers out, you can leave the drawers in, but decide how you want to address all the portions of the drawer before you get done. Don't leave it and then go, wow, I should have done that. Do you want the color on there? Do you want the white on there? Do you want to multi-tone the drawers? Sometimes you can do too much, and sometimes you can do too little. If you're flipping your furniture, you want to make sure you do just the right amount. And for anyone who says crazy projects and crazy colors don't sell, oh, I beg to differ. I do. I don't do normal white farmhouse finishes. I'm just not cut that way. Y'all know that. And it's not a bad thing. And I'm not putting anyone down who loves that finish. It's just not my thing. My thing is color. My thing is bright. My thing is let's paint this thing orange. Let's do that. But they do sell. They do sell. I will leave you with that thought. I did the top. I'm going to be real gentle on these edges. Even once the paint dries, cures, you got to remember you're adding material. And when you add material, your drawers can still stick even after it's dried and cured, only because you've added material. And it's not wood material. Wood against wood will slide easily, gently. Wood against paint, well, sometimes that can be problematic. So you have to adjust and work through as you finish your project and you determine what's working and what's not. 2 screwdrivers, gently, one in each slot, and pop that drawer open and go again. Let's get some color on these drawers. I'll run my edges around. Here we go. And I need to bring my fan down a little bit closer. I think it's actually helping. But it's up at the top. There we go. I love it. It is sunshine in a jar. Sunset by Rethunk Junk by Laura. We're going to partner Sunset with Violet Shadow. Check your edges and your ridges as you finish each drawer. You don't want lumps. And make sure you watch your screw holes. Paint likes to get up in there, and when it does, it hovers until you're done and then it drips down. Coming to see us today, Carrie, that'd be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. We are waiting for you. We have some things for you. Yes, we do. Come on over. Now, I dripped on the floor, so let me wipe that up so I don't get it on the white shoes and drag it through the whole store. There we go. Just wipe it up. Oh, I already got it on my shoe. It's on the bottom. It is better than some things you can get on the bottom of your shoe. Dun-dun-dun. Shh. That's right. And if you missed our weekend warehouse sale, like Carrie did, we're not mad at you. Take that vacation time. Go see your family. It is the end of July. You don't have much time left for those mini vacays, so take them while you can. But if you missed our warehouse sale this past weekend, we have extended some of the deals through this week. We put the details on our Facebook page, so check those out and let me know if you have any questions. Not everything is going to continue to be on sale, okay? But, there we go. Ta-da! But you can still save. Carrie, you can still save. You know I did it for you. Not really, but I love you like that. All right. Watch your ridges and your edges. Always check those for drips and runs, because you don't want drips and runs to dry. No drips, no runs, no dried crusty paint. Last drawer, y'all. Anybody have a suggestion for this top yet? Anybody? Not the white shoes. It's on the bottom tag. I actually have orange track marks over here in the floor. Not on my shoe, under my shoe. But I could totally paint these. I could. Anybody see a finish on this top yet? Any suggestions? Because we're getting close. I can spin this and go to the other side. We can get more color on here and we can think this through. You know, I have a plan, and then I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm thinking white. I'm thinking white because of the flowers. What are y'all thinking? Somebody help me. Somebody should be here. I need adult supervision so I don't walk around with orange all over the bottom of my shoes through the whole store. We are also introducing, don't forget, Smalls on Saturday. Woo, we've got a mess in this studio, but we will have a place at the table for you this Saturday. We're going to change up just a little bit. So this week's Smalls on Saturday will not be all about you bringing your small piece of furniture, so much as we have a really amazing project kit. It will be our first project for you in the studio, and we are inviting you to join us. Stay tuned after Coffee and Create. I couldn't get the video loaded up. Where are you going to put the purple? Wait till you see the purple. Top drawer should be a split ombre. Oh. Now I'm completely purple on the top. See, the thing that I know about Clemson is every time I look, I barely see the purple. Barely. So I was really going to do the blend in with the purple on the architecture, just barely there. But I don't see the difference between putting purple and white on the top really, other than the color. It's a different color. That's how I'm spilling. I've got too much paint on my brush. And when I'm putting it on the side, it's dripping off. Too much paint on my brush. Who would have ever thought I'd have that issue? Look, I can fix it. Boy, I've got paint all over the floor. I do. And it's not that big a deal. But did you know, if you get Rethunk Junk paint on the floor while you're painting, you can get it off. Unless you leave it there, and then it pretty much stays forever. They have a purple uniform. I don't think I've seen that. We could do purple on the top. We sure could. That would kind of tie it all together, wouldn't it? All right. We'll do this side. You've seen the Elysium transfer set. You know I'm going to do the white around the edges. And we could ombre. Now, Taylor, when you say ombre, do you mean like ombre the orange and the white? Or ombre the orange and the purple? Because I'm not sure you can do an orange and purple ombre without it turning muddy. But let's see. We can see. Should the top drawer be an ombre? I don't mind. You know I don't mind. Because I just sold my ombre set, I might want to do another ombre. I love the word. I love the technique. I love the end result. I love mixing and blending and smoothing colors of my Rethunk Junk paint. All right. There's our Clemson orange. We are drying up right here pretty good, but we better not touch it right now. I don't see any drips. You know I'm gonna stick my brush in. I don't see any drips or runs on the edges of the drawers. A purple. You'd like red and black better. Miss Judy, you're so funny. All right, Tay. Orange and purple or orange and white ombre? Right there on the top. Where are we going with that? Where are we going with it? Let's do it. Who said purple on the top? I love your heart. Because it takes a strong heart to put purple and orange together. But that's why they're such a strong team, y'all. That's why they're so strong. Miss Judy, did you miss the barn door in black last week? Oh, that's go Gamecocks. We didn't do a dogs. There weren't enough weeks in the month for us to do the dogs too. But you know what? You take some ruby red and some cloud and a piece of furniture and a beautiful transfer set, and you know what you'll have? You know what you'll have? You'll have a back to school special too. Oh, that's a lot of purple right there. All right, are we sure? Are we ready? We're doing this. Let's go. Let's go. If we don't like it, we can always paint over it, right? We can. Watch this happen. I'm going to save this purple paint right here because Lord knows that's a lot of paint. And once I get this paint off, I'm going to throw this little insert in the trash so it's not in my lid. Not in my lid. There we go. Let's get this on the top. I'll pull the whole chest over so you can see. Now I'm going to go with the grain. I'm going to go ahead and pull this way. Normally we'd go back and forth, right? I'm going to pull this straight down so it goes with the grain of the waterfall veneer. We've got a couple of chips back here. I can glue that back down, and I totally just ignored that one. Sometimes I just don't even have the time, and sometimes I just don't even want to take the time. But I know I should. I know I should. I'll fix it later. Little bit of wood glue, little bit of wood putty. You know, you can even use your clay to do that. Sometimes I will mix my air dry clay with just a spot of glue, just a spot, because that gives me enough to fill these blank spots in and it stay. And I like that. Scott, if you're watching, you need to share this video, or you need to tag your cousins in this one. I know they just came back home with tons of furniture, but they are like the biggest Tiger fans ever. I love this Violet Shadow. And I don't know that it is an exact match, but it is good enough if you have an imagination and you want to refinish something in your school colors. Here we go. All right. Still gonna take some paint in that hole. I love that. I love it, love it. Smooth, straight, even. All right, let's do it. We're gonna ombre purple into orange. Taylor has left the building. All right. I'm just gonna tink this in a little bit so that we can get to it. I'm going to grab one of my Miracle brushes. Let me get one that's not. There we go. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with one of my 1 inches. So let me come over the top edge with my Violet Shadow. I'll come all the way down to that lip edge right there, because there's a piece of molding, and it's hard to see if you're not standing right in front of it. That fan though, y'all, is already drying my paint, so it is doing the job. The first coat looks amazing. We'll do the ombre in the second coat. You know, I don't hate this. There we go. Sharon, what do you think, babe? Do you love it like that? That's pretty. That is pretty. I like it. All right. There's our first coat of the Violet Shadow. Now let's get back over here on the top drawer and let's get some Sunset. Let's get that second coat. Let's make sure it is covered. Let's get that coverage on there. Watch the edges for drips and runs. You don't want it to dry and then have to pull a drip off. It just messes everything up and you have to chase paint, right? Dripped in the drawer. Boy, I must be in some kind of hurry this morning. I need to slow it down, don't I? It's only 9:30. I need to slow it down. I'm in a hurry like I'm on my way to a football game. I'm wishing summer away. I'm really not. I'm a summer girl. I love it. Spring, boy, we had a great spring this year. Summer has been amazingly just, you know, summer. But football's coming. And you got to be ready when the football shows up. But I got to slow it down right here. Now, let's see what we can do right here. I think we can do it. Are you ready? Have you ever ombre'd a purple and an orange? Me either. Me either, but let's do it. You like that, Sharon? All right, let's get to getting. I'm going to do the top edge of this drawer so that it coordinates, and I've got this piece of molding right here. So there's my orange. A little bit more right here so that my lip edge and my molding is my center line of my ombre, right? There we go. Right across that molding. I know why Taylor's not answering. That child is driving. I'm proud that she is driving and not texting or watching a video, right, Tay? You're not watching a video at all while you're driving. All right. Ready, steady. Which one's water? Not that one. I'm going to put that all the way to the back side. Here's my water. Here we go. Ooh, you know, wouldn't this be spectacular once I'm finished and I get the Elysium on here with just some touches of pearl over that edge? I don't know. This is for a lady tiger, y'all. This is for a lady tiger. So let's get our violet shadow in here. Go ahead and bring it on up. I'm scared. I am scared. What if it doesn't look good? What if you hate it? What if I don't do it right? What if I don't blend it right? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look great. Right? It is. So let me put my violet shadow in. And let's ombre this out. I may not have committed enough to it. No, what do you think? You think it's okay? You think it's going the right way? Sometimes I get scared to do this, y'all. I'm going to step right in front of you for a second because I've got to get my angle. I could turn the chest of drawers so you can see too. There you go. No, that doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad at all. It didn't turn muddy brown. And it blended just nice and smooth. And what do you think? No, I don't do it right all the time, Sharon. You don't see how many times I repaint back over something. But I do. I get, apprehensive about doing something like that because what if I do it wrong? I mean, I'm always trying to show y'all how to do it right. What if I do it wrong? And it's not like I think I'm perfect. It's like, I'm not different than you. It worries me. Sometimes I get scared. Sometimes I get scared I'm gonna do it wrong. I stuck my hand straight in wet paint. You know, sometimes I get worried. There's our train. Morning train messed up. Sometimes I just get worried that I'm not gonna do a great job and I'm gonna be disappointed in it and I'm not gonna show the right way to do something. And no matter how many times I do it, I still have that little fear. The ombre makes it. Yes. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Everybody do a happy dance all at one time. The ombre looks cool. Thank you. I'm excited about it now. I was so scared I was going to do this wrong. Y'all know that, right? I'm looking for something to wipe my hand off on because I stuck it straight in wet paint. So, there we go. You'd think with the millions of alcohol wipes that we have on hand currently, I'd have something handier than a dry alcohol wipe. But there we go. That ombre though, I love it. Yes. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna spin this around. Let's let that dry and we'll check it again. Ta-da! Let's do our next coat of orange down the side. And then we will hit it with some white. I'm all excited about this now. How about y'all? I'm loving our tigers. Miss Judy, now you know you have to ombre some red and black. You have to make a lady bulldog dresser. That's like a challenge there. Come on, let's do it. Let's do ombre. Let's do some ombre-ing. I'm not going to do the sides ombre. Taylor will come back later and go, you should have. No. The top's enough. It did just what it was supposed to do. Lord, that made me nervous. Let me get some solid color going here. I have not had near enough coffee for this kind of stress this morning. There we go. Smooth it as you go. If you need a third coat of paint when you're doing something, it's okay. Do the third coat of paint. If it needs it, do it. Don't try to force your paint. Don't try to force your coverage. Every paint brand, every color is different, and every piece of furniture takes it differently. There's no one set of rules that covers every piece of furniture you've ever done or ever will do. There's no set. You're making this up as you go along. You're recreating 100-year-old furniture, y'all. Don't force the coverage. Well, you said it would cover in 2 coats. Sorry, this time I was wrong. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay not to be right. It's okay. And it is okay if you need 3 coats of coverage. There's nothing wrong with that. And if anybody representing any paint brand tells you anything differently, you need to find some new friends to hang out with, because it's just not so. You cannot predetermine how a piece of furniture is going to be affected by the color that you put on it. So put it on. If you need 3 coats to make it beautiful, do 3 coats. Just do it. I'm gonna scooch this back out just a little bit so you can see that orange going on, that sunset orange. Looks like a sun-kissed soda, doesn't it? It is pretty. And it's going to look so good with that Elysium transfer set on it. Here we go. Dig deep in your imagination and create everything you imagine in a piece of furniture. You're looking around for one now, Miss Judy? This is going to take 3 coats, and I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? We're okay with that. That's going to take 3 coats. We're not going to force the coverage. Look at that beautiful ombre. Let's get these drawers done. Let's get these drawers done. Let's see. Gonna do this side. It's not dry. My drawers are. Let's get these drawers done. Because I want to, maybe I'll go live again this afternoon. I need to finish this Gamecock dresser. We've got the Lady Gamecocks right here behind me. And Tay kind of scolded me because I did not sand the top, and it needs it. So I am going to take it outside and sand it down, which means all of that restoration finish I did with the barn door and the stain tops is coming off. It's okay. I'll recreate it. We'll just spend the day being live and fixing and painting and making it pretty. Making it pretty. It's going to take 3 coats on the drawers. We're okay. We are perfectly fine with 3 coats of paint. It's okay to need and do 3 coats of paint to get the coverage that the piece of furniture asks for. And this old dry 100-year-old chest needs it. So we're going to do it. And the wood conditioner thing, you know what? It doesn't need it. This does not need wood conditioner. I have seen some pieces that could probably benefit from wood conditioner. This is not it. That's not the reason it needs 3 coats. It just needs 3 coats. That's all. It just needs it. So we're going to do it because we want it to look amazing when we're done. And if you're flipping furniture, take the time that you need to make your finish amazing. You're doing quality work. Don't cut corners just so you can say you covered it in 1 coat or 2. Because what happens is that cure time increases from 30 days to almost never, because you'll have too much material and it just won't be able to settle. It just won't. So take your time. Give your work the respect it deserves. Give yourself the respect that you deserve, so that when you're done and your name is on that product, you can be extraordinarily proud that you took the time to do it the way it needed to be done, and that it turned out exactly like you imagined it. It doesn't always work that way, but when it does, it's good. Let's hit this side. It's still not quite dry, so let's not hit that side, and I'll tell you what we will do. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, while that's drying still, I'll rip it down on the edge. There's my, love that ombre on the front. Now let's break out some detail. Oh, don't you just love a fresh container of cloud? Isn't that pretty? Just showed your, oh, your husband loves it? That means a lot. Does he know that we're getting ready to put flowers on it? It'll be so beautiful. It'll be so pretty. All right. This is for a lady tiger. I love my Miracle brush. Look at that. Just simple, perfect coverage almost every single time. I don't have to chase paint with this. Love how it covers the architecture, the grooves. Let me cut this in on the top. I'll have to chase just a little bit on the edge. I got sloppy right there. There we go. We're going for multi-coat coverage on the trim work, okay? And straighten up my lines right here so I don't have any bobbles in them. Love it. Bring you back in so you can see that. Look how pretty. How pretty. Now we've got a shift on this front side. Go. This trim edge right here on the inside, I'm going to take my little brush and I'll make sure to put that in. Oh, you didn't tell him that? Shh. Get your money first, girl. Then we'll tell him about the flowers later. I'll do that in Sunset, but I'll use one of my small trim brushes to do that. So that way I don't have to chase paint. Orange and white look great together, but I don't want to chase them back and forth. There we go. Up from the bottom. You probably can't see because I pulled the chest over so you can get in close with me. So the studio will be open Saturday, this Saturday. Small event. Smalls on Saturday, a little bit of shift in the programming because we have some really neat pieces to introduce to you, and we wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to come join us in our mess of a studio. We'll clean it up, I'm just kidding. We are still setting and planning and organizing, but we have a plan in place. And we'll share all that information with you on Saturday, right here in the studio. I love all my paint brushes. I love them all. I do have favorites. But for each application and for cutting in trim work like that, it is my Miracle brush every time. 99.9 times out of 100. Let me ooch this around a little bit. Let's hit that trim work down the front. There's some really beautiful architecture to highlight right here. And I've got to do this without getting it on my drawers because my drawers are still a little bit damp. So cutting it in, that'll be my Miracle brush's job. You ready? Not too much paint, but just enough. I'll bring it over here and I'll set it down so I can get to it quicker. I'll bobble it in right here at the top edge. Set my angle on my brush, and down we go. these old pieces of furniture have so much character and so much life left in them. And they deserve to live a beautiful life. And we're going to make sure that happens. Boom. Not a drop, not a spot on the drawers, just perfect cut in. Get your angle on your brush and go with it. Oh, there I go. Had to run my mouth. Okay, let's do this side. I'm right-handed. This should be easy, right? Of course. I'll do that top side in just a minute. Let's get this cut in. Straight down Broadway, baby, straight down Broadway. All the way to the bottom. Boom! Now let's tap that one in. And let's spin it to win. Who's playing the lottery? Who's playing the lottery? Can you imagine how much Iron Orchid Designs and Ruth Oak Junk paint and furniture we could buy if we bought a lottery ticket and won? We'd have to have a bigger building. We would have to have a bigger building. We'd build a brand new building, wouldn't we? Probably not. We'd stay right here. We'd be humble and kind. But boy, wouldn't we have some stuff to play with. When the numbers get that high, it's always so much fun to dream. Dream big. And live in vivid color. When you're cutting in, just slow down. Follow it, just follow it on. Let's see. I'll reach this out so you can see. Just follow it on down. You can do this in 2 brush strokes. It doesn't have to be a solid cut all the way across. But follow it on down. Fill it in on the back stroke. Or leave it for the second coat. And just like that, it's done. Take your time sometimes. It's hard when you're trying to flip furniture to really make yourself slow down for the detail work. But if you slow down for the detail work, you'll have amazing detail when you're done. Give yourself that opportunity. I'm going to pull this over. I've got 2 runs happening right here in my sunset. 3, because I've got one right there. And I'll show you how to correct that. Time I finish this. There we go. All right, we've got to correct some runs right there. So let me put my cloud out of the way, and let me get my sunset brush, and I'm going to get my water, because there's only a couple of ways to correct this. While it's still wet, you can spritz it, you can draw it down, and then you can follow it so your moisture does not create more drips and runs. If you wait until it's dry, you're going to have to cut the runs out. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to spritz it lightly. I've got moisture running down now. I'm just gently going to take my brush and pull the runs out. If it creates texture while you're doing it, like it's doing with me, might want to stop, let it dry, and then what we'll do is we'll hit that with a Scotch-Brite or a squishy sanding block, or we'll hit it with a little bit more moisture and pull down a little bit further so that we don't have that dry pull texture. We're going to leave it alone, and we're going to let it dry, and we'll fix it when it's fully dry. When it's fully dry. It is now 10 a.m. and it is time for me to open up the doors to Two Girls Treasure. There we go. There's our ombre, and here is our Elysium, and that is going to look amazing over those colors. Lisa, you tell him about the flowers and tell him this is your chest of drawers. Or just call me if he wants it with no flowers. We can work that out too. I'm Diane at Two Girls Treasure, gearing up for the Amazing Smalls on Saturday right here in the studio at Two Girls Treasure. This Saturday, 10 a.m. until noon. Come on over, support your favorite local small business, and make something super cute in the meantime, like this. He's so cute. He's gonna be here. And we are going to doll some of those up. Stay tuned for the reel, which will show you everything we can get done. Thank you for being here for Coffee and Create. I'm Diane. I'll see you real soon.